Hey, yo, Red, you remember the record?
What record you talking about, man?
I'm talking about Hip Hop by Dead Prez.
No, I don't remember that. Can you help me recollect?
It's bigger than hip hop.
Now I remember.
Oh, you remember it now? Hey, yo, what's up, Cornerstoners? My name is Johnny Warbucks, and I'm here once again with Kalishnikov Red. And welcome to our 19th installment of Remember the Record. Today, we are talking about the hit classic, Hip Hop, which was first released as a single back on March 30th, 1999. But before we start talking about hip hop, let me quickly ask you, Red, what have you been listening to recently?
Well, what I've been listening to recently is I always go back to it. It's an old school album I always get down with. It's Lethal Injection. It's Cube.
Yo, Lethal Injection is so good, yo. Good.
And the reason I listen to Lethal Injection is like that Prez has taught me a lot about my political perspectives and stuff like that. So yeah, I feel like it's fitting when it comes to Dead Prez and Ice Cube, old Ice Cube.
So I'll tell you what, man.
Ain't nobody care what you've been listening to.
Dude, I've been listening to a lot, man. Yo, I mean, one, like Kendrick Lamar and Drake are beefing, man.
Oh, God.
Oh, my gosh. This has been like a volley of different things, man. Changing people's lives, yo.
It's boring.
Hey, yo, Red, you know what else, man? Eminem just dropped a new single.
God.
Yo, this Houdini joint. Nah?
More boring.
Oh, my God. The nostalgia on that joint, nah? Yo,
what nostalgia? I didn't listen to both.
Yo, dog. Yo, the video, it's like a remake of Without Me and stuff, man. Yo, it's so good, though.
It's Without Me. I don't even know.
Man, it's without you. Yo, I know we ain't really big on it, man. What I want to do, man, is take a moment and talk about that, Prez. So if it's all right with you, man, I'd like to get into the stats.
No,
we're going to do it, man.
It's not all right.
Yo, this is Hip Hop by Dead Prez, which is M1, Brooklyn, NYC, and Stickman from Shadesville, Florida, Atlanta, Georgia. They formed in New York back in 1996. This record.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know he was from Florida.
Yeah, Southern Cat, man. Yeah. That's where, I mean, when you hear like the mixtapes, like that's where you really pick up like that Southern bounce and all that. But yo, real talk though, like, so it was recorded back in 98, 99. The single was released March 30th, 1999. It had the real version, the instrumental, the censored version, and an acapella. And on the B side was Selling Dope. D-O-P-E, dope.
Dope, man. Cocaine.
That's not the record, man, but dog. Yeah, so the first album appearance, of course, is the legendary Let's Get Free.
Such a classic.
Dude, we're going to talk about it. February 8th, 2000. All right, so we're on the cusp of what, Y2K? Yeah. Everything was just falling apart.
We were like graduating, and like I wanted this song to be fucking a high school class song, but no, Green Day.
Was it Green Day?
Yeah.
Is that the I hope you had the time of our lives? That joint? Yeah, that come on, man. I played that for my daughter when she left.
I know you did.
She was crying when she. At first, I was playing. What was it? Alice Cooper. School's Out for Summer.
You got to play some Marks.
No, man. No. Well, we got that Prez on the record. We talking about Alice Cooper, Eminem. This is falling apart. Yo, listen, man. So it was recorded at Loud Records in New York. This a famous record label. I mean, Loud, man. I mean, you got what? Method Man's on Loud. That Big Pun's on Loud.
I think at one point every rapper.
Anybody that's worth their fucking grain of salt was showed up on Loud Records. So it was produced by Head Rush production group, including Tahir RBG, which was notable artists recorded include the Roots, J Electronica, the 69 Boys, the Nappy Roots, and the Coup. Pretty crazy, right? Yeah, all like super dope heads, man. This entire record was written exclusively by Dead Prez. It is a 3-minute and 34-second joint. Now, the samples are pretty low-key. This is pretty wild.
Yeah, see, like, the samples on this, I have no idea what samples are on.
So at the very beginning of the record, you hear, like, this sort of radio dial sweeping across several different news stations, music stations before the song begins. It is directly pulled from the 1990s, the Hollywood Ed sound effects library. So like just straight from like back to basic books here.
No, that's what's up. That's what's up. I had no idea.
Now this is another one that I didn't catch in the moment, but M1's opening line. One thing about music, when it hit you, feel no pain.
Yeah,
Do you know where that's from?
it sounds familiar.
It's an interpolation of a line sang by Bob Marley and the Wailers on their 1973 reggae smash, Trenchtown Rock.
Okay.
So they open it with this Bob Marley, which is, right into the thing. Now, wildly enough, hip hop has 0 certifications. Now, on the charts, though, hip hop reached number 49 back in 1999 and number 43 in 2000 on the U.S. Billboard Hot Rap Songs and number 41 on the U.K. Singles Chart. The album reached number 73 on U.S. Billboard 200 and number 22 on U.S. Billboard's top R&B hip hop albums of 2000. Isn't that fucking depressing?
I mean, but then it tells you the state of hip hop.
Which is what their whole calling is.
Yeah.
And it's very interesting because this song, and we're gonna get into it once I finish up here, but like this song is really talking about a lot of what's already what's happening right now in the industry and the music that's out right now. And I mean, they thought it was bad then. I would love to hear what they have to say about it today, bro. A remix of the song titled "It's Bigger Than Hip Hop" appears on Let's Get Free. Now, this version features Tahir of Head Rush, the guy who made the beat, and the People's Army.
That bass line.
Are you ready for this? "It's Bigger Than Hip Hop" on Let's Get Free was produced by Kanye West and Prez. The song was famously used as the opening music for the Dave Chappelle show. Can you believe the Kanye West shit?
I had no idea about Kanye West.
Isn't that crazy?
You know,
I would have never put that together.
it's not crazy because there's a song with Paul Wall, Kanye West. I think it's "Riding Slow," and
Riding slow.
It really
Drive slow,
and it really I'm not a big fan of Kanye, but like when I hear a good beat and all of a sudden I hear that it's Kanye who did it, I'm like, okay, it makes sense. I mean, he's not.
Oh yeah, I don't sleep on the fact that the man's got talent and skills, dude. But
I never got into High School Dropout.
Dude, I loved High School Dropout. I like the second one, College Dropout.
I never got into any of those, but there's certain beats that I'm just like, oh,
but it's his beats, man.
Kanye. Like, all right, I get that.
Yeah, no surprise, right? Like, particularly the older stuff. Like, you're like, I had no idea that he had an affiliation, but with Prez.
Yeah, and then Will Smith with Prez.
Well, I know. I wonder what Prez thinks about all like the Kanye and Will Smiths of today. Like, that's so crazy to me, man. But like, let's go ahead and talk about it, man, because this is a record that's bigger than and of itself, man. I mean, the fact that like a lot of people that maybe don't know much about hip hop itself, they know this record from the Dave Chappelle show. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And this record was remixed by rock and roll artists. Prez did a song with like Deftones, Static X, like all these like heavy like new metal rock bands, right?
Well, you remember Cypress, Steve.
Oh, big time.
Yeah, back in the day.
Big time. And like I think on the Static X one, it's M1. He goes, you thought this was just about music, y'all? Like I don't know. It just kind of reminds me of when Mos Def did that rock and roll record. Where
that's a great record.
Dude, he's really saying it. I mean, really laying it down.
Yeah. Okay. Real quick, just to give you guys a heads up, and this is on YouTube, but streaming, we have a whole new setup. We got these mics, and I sound like NPR broadcasting here. So, we got these mics and we're testing them out, seeing how good it sounds. So hopefully this, we're stepping up the game for you guys as well. But let's get back.
Yeah, definitely give us feedback on everything. And by all means, the streaming sites need that support and that love. We need followers on both the streaming sites, the YouTube channel, but also if we can, go over to Instagram. We opened up the Remember the Record. We're going episode by episode in order, so that we're caught up. And we're going to change this format entirely here soon. We're looking to have more interaction with the community that has been supporting us and following us. And we want to be able to hear from you and have you get involved in a lot of different ways. And we're going to share all that once we get to that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So by the time you're hearing this, we have already been uploading stuff on streaming, but it's about ready to change. So just be on the lookout for that. And thank you for everyone who has been supporting us. I mean, we've been seeing stream support from everywhere, from South Africa, Germany, to Australia, like all over the place, bro.
Hey man, this is the beautiful thing about this is that like everybody likes these songs. You know what I mean? Even if you don't gotta be a hip hop head, I'm like, yo, do, do, do,
Yep.
you already know what it
you already
is.
know what it is,
You
baby.
don't even have to be a hip hop head.
Yeah.
Just enjoy the music.
Yeah. Dead Prez, man, is one of these joints. So like hip hop was the first record I heard from them. Did you hear something else before this?
Yeah.
What was the one that you heard?
I actually heard Prophet.
No, that was your introduction to them.
My introduction.
That would have been lock and key after that.
I mean, look, like Dead Prez and Ice Cube really influenced me in my politics and my rap studies and all that stuff. So, for me, I had to start off with the artist. I couldn't just go. I mean, I'm not saying hip hop.
Dead Prez go harder.
Hip hop is hard too. Hip hop is one of the hardest hip hop songs I've ever heard in my life. But I gotta go properly.
Man, yeah. Once we get it,
man.
Hey, listen, man. We the games are coming, baby. The games are coming. We're gonna break down all of Let's Get Free because, man, I tell you what I like to tell people about this. I mean, this is an album I feel like needs to be like mandatory listening for anybody that considers themselves a hip hop head. For anyone who is tapped into the culture and anybody who needs to be on the outside looking in, learning about it, because these guys set up a blueprint that if you follow, you be a warrior at the end of this.
Well,
man.
no, I disagree there. I think the people that set up the blueprint are Public Enemy.
I'm talking about this record here. I know what you mean.
Public Enemy.
No Public Enemy, no KRS-One. Yo, don't get it twisted, man. I understand that. Razkaz came before Dead Prez, man. We needed them to set up the authenticity and welcoming patronage that becomes
but I see what you're saying
Dead Prez.
But
this record in particular, man, I'm saying step-by-step manual on how to get right with your people, your family, your community, and give you perspective. If you are someone of my stature, right? If you're like me, this is an opportunity.
If you're a white boy.
If you are YT,
the devil.
Yeah, right. What I'm trying to get at, man, is that I feel like it gives you that perspective, man. It changed a lot. It changed a lot for me. On like,
when did you say it taught you a lot?
It taught me a lot, man, and it gives you that reservation of tongue, learning when to speak, when spoken to, when not speak when spoken to, but when to speak in matters that maybe are adjacent to you. Now, when it's hip hop, I'm going to talk on hip hop, man, because hip hop is me and I'm a part of hip hop. I am hip hop. But I will say that
according to who?
According to who? And that's hey, internet, and we can't wait to hear your thoughts on it because you're going to definitely speak on it, and I'm fine with that. Listen, we all have reservations.
According to hip hop.
But hip hop, thank you. Actually, he's right. Now that you say it, we heard it from the mouth of Kool Herc. We heard it from him that I'm a part of this, and I'm okay with that. I'm gonna take Kool Herc over anything else. So that's it. I appreciate you bringing that back up, man. Yeah. Much love and shout out to Kool Herc.
No, and that's the beautiful thing about the Prez is that like the arts, like you said, teachers, and they want to make society better. They're not just rappers. They're very
they're activists, man.
Activists. They're like vegetarian. They like take care of themselves, like fit. Like they go to the gym. They have songs about going to the gym. So it's like
to teach you how to eat right. Like they have songs about eating right, man. Like
on every level, it's like step up your game.
Step up your game, man. Step up your knowledge. Don't be getting it like propaganda in particular, man. They calling it out. But they also are like well read, well versed. So songs like Animal and Man, right? Like that's another one.
Animal and Man is such a. All right, let's just go. Let's get.
Let's before we start diving into the rest of the album, let's talk about the music video so we can get past the music video, because I understand exactly what you want. Because this is it's the album, man. Hip hop is dope. Hip hop is a great record, and I'm excited that we're talking about it. But the reality is this album.
The whole
fucking album is dope, and we're gonna get into it. So, in the music video, first off, it's directed by Brian Belichick. All right, now this guy has done music videos for Black Eyed Peas, CeeLo, Run the Jewels LP directly, Corrupt. He also directed The Spooks. Things I've seen. Ain't that crazy?
Go back to a couple episodes back. What were you listening to, Chris? The Spooks.
Yeah,
that's what's up.
Yeah, so this video was made by the same dude who made that video. I just thought that's so damn cool. And now the video starts with with a woman walking.
A woman.
No, yeah, there's a woman walking, and the camera is focusing on her behind, right?
Her derriere.
Her buttock, her booty, the peaches,
The peaches.
them groceries, the cake.
I like you.
All of
it.
Eat a land, man. Come on now.
Hey,
This
face
hip hop,
off,
hey,
face
man,
off, man.
hey, yeah, we're just quoting movies, man. That ain't reality.
That's like
Like a 10-year-old boy.
Oh,
Yo, that movie is ridiculous, bro. Oh my god, that character, was that Bill Paxton?
Bill Paxton.
Oh my god,
Frailty, man.
frailty's the joint.
Frailty, man.
Frailty's the joint. Listen now, so the shot begins to animate into a black and white, and what you see is the statement that says, "Now that we have your attention, because you've been sitting there staring at this booty," it then states the location of the video to be at Ghettos Everywhere. All right. You then get a shot of M1. He's in the club, followed by a rally cry. It says "Warriors Unite." You get a full, like dead Prez performing on stage. You get the full DP performing on stage. The bass comes in. Oh my gosh, yo, the bass is stupid on this. Followed by this message, "Our time is now." And so they're rapping into like bullhorns at this club, rocking bandanas that are covering their faces. They got like white like mesh ski masks. They're holding like young children when they're rapping. And so crowd goers are holding signs that state things like Africa, food, clothes, and shelter, freedom, dead Prez. You got images of the black, red, and green colors, silhouettes of Africa. We see Polaroids of DP.
Going back, sorry to interrupt, like where you said food, clothes, and shelter.
Yeah.
That is a direct connection to the Black Panther Party. That's one of their 10 points program. And that's a major influence on the Black Panther, on that Prez. So,
oh, big time, man. They
put that out there.
Yo, that is super dope. All of these like little messages are flashing around. We also see Polaroid pictures of like dead Prez families, famous black leaders. You see their choreographed dance moves include like drill moves and push-ups and martial arts and boxing and stuff. Like it's more than like they're almost like imitating the whole like, you know, backup dancer thing, but it's still all on this physical fitness militant shit.
And like it was one to the, you know, Public Enemy video with S1Ws. They're like the backup dancers, but they're like military fatigued out with boots and just how they move. So it has that kind of style. That's why I'm saying like Dead Prez is one of my favorites, man. Right, go on.
Other phrases that will flash across the screen during the video is like, it says, "Without a people's army, the people have nothing." All right.
That was Mao.
Is that so? Well, help me out here. So their system is not working for us. Every day is a struggle. Welfare ain't working. We need change. Master yourself. Coordination, focus, control, agility, rhythm, timing, strength, power. Common sense is self-defense. And it ends with, "Together the ants will conquer the elephants." Followed by, "Let's get free" on a black screen and big white block.
Each one teach one.
Each one teach one. Yo, bro, it is absolutely vicious, and it completely conveys the message of what you're gonna get when you listen to this album. And it's just very powerful. And I think for some people it could be rather terrifying because they're commanding that rally, that unity, that community. Stop doing this shit to yourself. Stop doing this shit to us.
Yeah, like
you know what I mean.
I can listen to Dead Prez on my car and be all like intellectual about it. I can also listen to them in my gym and be like all about it, you know. And I can listen to hip hop and be amped and want to get into a fight with somebody that doesn't like hip hop, you know. And and then so in the music. All right, not to mention. I mean, I'm sorry. Are you still gonna go?
That's
on?
it for the no. That's the music video.
So
That's
not to mention the music aspect of this album is a beautiful thing, from jazz to just hip hop to, you know, like really mellow stuff. You have love songs, you have like a summertime grill type song, you have straight up jazz, you have straight up like, you know, guitar, and like it's just such a like eclectic, like sounding album. It's complete from track one to the hidden track, which is the propaganda. And in the track one, the intro to the album, the
It's
knives, the
amazing. The
wolves.
wolves.
So
Do you know who that is that's speaking? Do you have any
I
idea?
don't know who that is, but I mean that is like
That's one of the most powerful
listen,
things I ever heard to start an album.
To paraphrase, because I feel like if you've never heard it, it would move you, it benefits you to hear it. I'm not gonna word for word say it, but the idea is like you got they're hunting a wolf, right, in the Alaska wilderness, and they stick like a knife blade up, right,
In what, ice, or cover it with snow or something?
cover it
right?
with snow, but then like you cover it with blood, right?
So that they get the scent.
So the wolf comes down, smells it, and keeps licking because he thinks he's drinking blood, which is right. He's drinking blood, but
He's drinking his own blood,
killing himself.
and he licks and he licks and he licks and he eventually kills himself.
There you go. So that's like that. Then you start the music into like the next track.
Well, he's like, and these are the parallels. This is exactly what they did to blacks with crack cocaine.
Well, I mean, not only blacks, but Native Americans with the Trail of Tears, the Hispanics, the Asians who go through the train tracks. I mean, this album encompasses everybody and everything that like needs to be heard. If any album out there is the voice of the voiceless,
I'm saying
this is it. Over everything else, over even Collision of Copperhead. Collision of Copperhead actually gets inspired by Dead Prez.
Oh, 100%.
You know, as Collision of Copperhead, Dead Prez Public Enemy. I mean, Immortal Technique's cool, but me and her, because like he's Peruvian and I'm Ecuadorian.
Oh my God,
I rap the same way and he raps the same way, and I'm like, why not me? Why
don't
not
be
me?
ridiculous.
But anyways,
two different entities.
No, and then you have what's the name? Sabak Red.
Sabak Red, yeah.
So you have like
it's funny because I was gonna be like, what are some other artists if you like that Prez? You're going through them all right now.
And there's only a selected few. You know what I mean? You have to be like you have.
I would also. I mean, I'm adding Razkaz in there, and I'm also gonna say NY Oil deserves a spot in there.
Oh, I forgot about
NY Oil deserves a spot. You know what I'm saying?
The Crew.
The Crew deserves a spot. I would say that Parrish deserves a spot.
Parrish, definitely. There's selected few, but once you find them, you're like, yo, these are gems, man. Because when you hear the monotony of
literal food for thought.
Right, you hear the monotony of the radio. You hear the monotony of you're walking down the mall. You hear the same songs, the same beats, the same patterns. You listen to that person. It's literally a breath of fresh air, a plate of good food, fresh water, and you're out in nature with the homies.
Yes.
You're either reading about Marx or you're having your cookouts, you're seeing the good-looking girls. Everything is just perfect the way it's supposed to be. And then you can teach knowledge. You know, you don't have to teach the streets all the time consistently. And you get that with Wolves. You get that with the intro. You get the jazz going back to the Harlem Renaissance. So there's like a lot of Malcolm X, a lot of Black Panthers, a lot of Che Guevara, a lot of Fidel Castro in this album. Again, this is why this album is such an impactful album on me. And, you know, it's easy to listen to as opposed to, because I love Public Enemy, but I'm not a big fan of some of their like repetitive samples. There's a lot of samples within one song. You know what I mean? And that
Terminator X is dope, but
I get that. That's the steez of that time and that specific place, and there's nothing wrong with it.
Is it Bomb Squad?
It is Bomb Squad.
Those guys have like
Ice Cube has the same. They use Bomb Squad.
So a lot of from are you talking about like America's Most Wanted?
Yeah, and you hear the same kind of.
It is definitely that. Like some of them is super dope. And, I mean, I don't know. I'm with you, man. It feels like some of that stuff is.
It's a little too much.
It can be intense.
Yeah, it can be, you know.
And either you love that or you hate it, and that's the whole thing. It's kind of like rock and roll in that way. Like you know, this noise, it's noise, right?
Well, I mean,
it's
noise with context because you have to think about it. It's the 90s, 1989, 1981.
It's supposed to be radical,
right? And then you're gonna hear like all these different samples. Right? That's just how hip hop was. But if you're
I'm not throwing shade at this at all, man. And particularly like you know, Fear of a Black Planet and all that stuff. Like this is important. These are important. Hold us back. Yeah, that's important. That's an important record.
Like extremely important. But what I'm just saying is that Dead Prez is easy.
I hear what you're saying, man. I mean, particularly. Well, I mean, maybe it depends because, like, I mean, we're big East Coast heads, and there's a lot of East Coast influence on this album. as opposed to like their mixtapes where they definitely draw more into like their southern steez.
That's true. I mean, like you do see that in the mixtapes, but you see that with like you see their mixtapes not only going to the Southern States. I mean, you got heads from all over on the mixtapes. It's
Yeah,
a
dude.
random,
Crazy Bone.
Yeah, and it's literally like just.
I love that record. Walk like a warrior.
But it's just like look. I have nothing.
Nothing touches Let's Get Free though.
That's what
I know. I understand, man. I mean, there's a couple of records here and there, and there's like some like spots of like highlights, but man, nothing has ever. I mean, not that I want like them just to make it again, but like, because I mean, if I want that, just listen to Let's Get Free. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I was hoping for something that had that same like, man, from top to bottom, just through and through. There was the same like food,
even
thought,
even
drink,
even like
those messages,
even like the cover art for Let's Get Free, where you see a bunch of black African gorillas moving gorilla fight, not gorilla like but like gorillas, like with guns and AKs, and they're like at their fist up, and it's like such a beautiful thing. It's just anti-colonialization, anti-imperialist. Hey, like for a person like me, that automatically it's like I'm buying that album. You know what I mean?
Just off the cover art, dog. Yeah.
For a person like me, I mean, hip hop is gigantic. You have everything for everybody. You know what I mean? But for me particularly, this little hip hop,
it's like akin to like maybe Rage Against the Machine shit, some Jedi Mind Trick shit. Like it's so dope. The album cover's super fucking vicious.
I would love to see Rage Against the Machine with that, bro. I would.
You know what? I was thinking about that this morning. I was like, who would I want to see like work with that Prez?
Zach,
man, if we could get Zach De La Roca and like Sabak Red, Dead Prez, and Razkaz as a super group.
And Collision Top Red.
And let Johnny Warbucks do a hook, please. God, come on, man. That would be so nasty. That would be such a nasty album.
That would be amazing, man.
Game changer.
Look, in the future, like if it does come down to it, man, and we make it out there, believe you me, I don't care how I'm gonna kill like all the record label guys, but all these heads are gonna feature on my album, and we're gonna make that goddamn fucking superpower fucking group. So
oh my god, let's go.
That's seriously like
I'm ready for it.
There's only a few
hip-hop.
a few heads that I'd be like down to do other projects like that, like Rockin' Big Daddy Kane, Ice Cube and Cypress Hill, and Wu-Tang. But like when it comes to revolutionaries, man, like everybody uses his name. Yeah.
Killer Army is another one adjacent.
Killer Army adjacent.
That's adjacent. I would say if you haven't checked them out, that's another one to check out too.
Man, Killer Army.
So as far as the song hip hop goes, I'm pulling highlighted lyrics from each MC, right? And so first verse, second verse, right? And so for me, we get into like, if you a fighter, rider, biter, flame igniter, crowd exciter, or you wanna just get high, then just say it. But then if you a liar, pants a fire, wolf cry, agent with a wire, I'm gonna know it when I play it. Yo, that is such a dope.
That's right there.
We can call you out. We can hear it in your fucking record. Yeah, dog.
And it definitely makes you think about like, is there religions in the record?
Or you just want to get high, just say it. Like, I love that crew. Like if that's your thing, like just like roll with that. Like, don't try to be something else. You know what I mean? And that's cool, and they're cool with that. But if you a liar, you fake your shit.
Man.
I'm gonna know. I'm gonna already know it before I hit play when I play that joint. Dog, that so for me, that's my bar.
So
man.
this because that Prez is more on the revolutionary tip. This was a revolutionary perspective on what hip hop like. The reason this song comes out is a direct, like, an opposition to what hip hop was becoming at the time when this song came out.
Stickman says something about like, I'm tired of this like fake thug R&B gangsterism on the radio. Same scenes in every video.
Now, don't get me wrong. Like the R&B is
there's a time and place for a lot of that.
But hold on, the R&B and rap prior to that Prez I'm 100% down. The R&B and rap after Dead Prez, specifically now I ain't gonna lie, man. I fucks with 112. I fucks with Blackstreet. I fucks with that.
They're 2000, man. So they're talking about like
Yeah,
what's gonna become like the Ja Rule era, like all of that stuff.
yeah. That's true. So the Ja Rule and that kind of stuff. That's where it was like, all right, hip hop did
No
kind of
offense,
lose me.
no offense to Ja Rule. There's like a record or two.
No, there is a
There's a
good.
couple of records I fuck with.
There's a good percentage of defense there.
But I mean, just but what we're getting at is that there was a trend that was becoming the thing, and you're right. Like in the back then when we were listening to the radio, it was Wu Tang, Nas. They were on the radio.
Yeah.
You know,
it was a
commenting them.
When Dead Prez, let's just put it like this: Dead Prez this song was never on the radio.
I mean, again, no certifications, man. Very low turnout on the charts. You know what I'm saying? And so, for me, like, it hurts because this is definitely an album that's food for thought, and I don't think they really got their praises. And then you would imagine that the industry try to kind of silence these cats.
Of course.
You know?
I mean, it was that much.
I mean, this is a group that, like, on their live stages, were making the fans in the crowd come up and do push-ups with them.
Yeah,
they were throwing apples at the crowd.
Yeah,
you got other guys that are throwing blunts and 40,
right.
spraying beer on people.
And
no, shout out, that's fun.
And you know what's crazy?
But come on,
is that sorry to interrupt, man, but like Dead Prez was. I'm not gonna disclose where, but they were within our vicinity, and they were at a black farm expose, like for black farmers, and it was like a community, and like I wish we could have gone, but it was like I ended up having to work that Saturday, and it was like it was like 4 or 5 hours away, man.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean? So it was like
that was a shame, man.
But I really do wish we had gone and like met the people and all that stuff, because if you can like call any rap group organic and grassroots, it's good, man.
Yeah. Second verse, Stickman comes about halfway through the record. And he's like, would you rather have a Lexus or justice? A dream of some substance? A beamer, a necklace, or freedom? Still a brother like me, don't play or hate. I just stay awake. This real hip hop, and it don't stop till we get the popo off our block. They call it hip hop, hip hop, hip hop.
Yeah, man.
It's bigger than yo. Come on, yo. I mean, and I will say, like at the beginning of Stick's verse, where he's like, "Who shot Biggie Smalls? If they can get him, they gonna get us all."
Yeah.
And that's where you hear that southern drawl.
Yeah. That's true.
You know what I
mean? You do hear it. It's just but then like it's a mixtape. You hear everything from everybody.
Yeah, no, it's like real.
I
know. I'm trying to think of who else was on there, man. But like again, I mean, I just heard a record.
Jay-Z, there was Onyx, there was like a lot of people that.
Again, Crazy Bone was on it.
Yeah,
I just love the fact that happened.
It's just a lot of people that I would have never imagined them.
Beat Nuts.
Well, they weren't on the mixtape.
Beat Nuts had their own joint that featured them.
That was and that was
Look Around.
Great song.
Look Around is one of the best hip hop records ever made. I mean, the beat is like timeless.
The beat, what they speak about, is amazing.
Getting kind of hectic.
Because the thing is, it's like,
every time I look around.
So basically, it talks about like the streets, but you got to come with it with the like more. That's the beautiful thing about them, is like they're streets, but they're elevated. You know what I mean? Like Malcolm X was street, but he was elevated. Huey P. was street, but he was elevated. Che Guevara was street, but he was elevated. So like you have all these people that like move the world, and that's what they aspire to do, and that's what I aspire to do. And like, I just thank God Almighty that groups like that still exist, and that means there's still hope for hip hop, because hip hop is different today than what it was, and it's got its bad and its good, but it's definitely different. And sometimes other forces get involved with it and destroy it. So it is what it is. That's what this song's about. This song talks about that exact same thing. That's why I bring it up, because this is a rebellion towards that.
Two side notes. I was just going through the track list, and Wolves. That is a excerpt from Chairman Omali Yeshitela.
Ah, there you
Okay.
go. There you go.
Okay. Another thing that I thought was dope. I was positive it was him, but I didn't confirm it back in the day because I was like, it's a Dead Prez thing, and it just seems kind of weird. Do you remember? So one of my favorite albums of all time is Infamous by Mobb Deep. I mean, you want to talk about like just fucking ruthless badass fucking street
He's like ruthless bastards.
fucking just tough fucking hip hop music, man. This shit goes hard in the paint. One of the things that like stood out the most in talking about, like, he does like this skit where Prodigy is just talking shit. Everybody else is doing like these like scenarios and sort of like these like little like skits, you know. His skit is just him being like, yo, let me tell you what the fuck I gotta say. I'm gonna tell you something right now. He just fucking says a bunch of fucking tough ass shit. Yeah, come and see me, man. We'll check you out, man. You try to fucking stick me, you better be able to hit me, man. Yo, I don't know. He's talking all the shit. So he does the exact same thing on the Dead Prez album, except the skit is about eating healthy.
Yeah, man. Maybe it's off of that. Maybe it's like that.
I mean, that's the inspiration of it, and he's just like, stop being fucking stupid and start eating right, taking care of our bodies so that we could take care of our babies. But like, it's the way he says it is so fucking like, yes, I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
I'm going to start eating healthy. This Prodigy is telling me to do it.
Yeah, man. No,
the way he's doing it.
And the beautiful thing too about it is yeah, man. Like they're really about getting fit. You know what I mean? And eating correctly, eating like good food, and
learning how to defend yourself, boxing, martial arts,
and see like one of our boys, man.
Yo, straight up, yo, Knowledge Born. It like I think you heard this album and was like, I'm gonna open a dojo.
I think so too.
Straight up and down, like Knowledge is like the embodiment of this album from fucking top to bottom.
Man. No, like, Knowledge is one of our boys. We go back. And
shout out to Knowledge Born, man.
You know,
love for him.
True MC, true head.
One of the most vicious rappers you've ever heard.
And so, like, you know, he's actually in that to rap best doing this, but like seen Dead Prez and I haven't. He invited me, but I couldn't go. That every time Dead Prez comes, I can't fucking go. But anyways, nah, like
you'll find a way.
I'll find a fucking way because I got to, man. It's
which is track 15 on.
Yeah, and
that's a jazz
track. And man, okay, so that's another one.
God, it's beautiful. Bro.
So
that's a vibe out.
There's no vocalization, there's no rap. It's just jazz with
piano and horns, man.
With a hip hop beat, and you listen to it. You smoke a good doobie, you get in your whip. You know, you fucking chill with your homies. You at a barbecue, whatever.
Emotional,
right? Whatever the situation is, when you listen to that junk, man.
That horn, man. That horn like sounds like it's crying on the record, dog.
I tell you, man, it's such a different. It's higher level, and the whole album is just higher level. Please, if you think that the world is fucked up in the way it is right now with the wars and the economy and the two buffoons that we got, one president, one running for president. If you think that something is wrong with the world, please listen to this album. Right? Do me that favor because you're gonna be happy that other people think like you. You know what I mean? You're not gonna be all like, oh, I'm like the reject over here. I'm the black sheep because I think differently. Nah, man. Like, listen to the album, educate yourself, and man, like, trust me, like this world will be better because you did that. You know what I mean?
And we want to be able to dissect this a little deeper. So what I want to do, I know it's early on in the show. It's speeding by, man. Yeah. I mean, look at the time on the clock. Like we
oh snap!
I know we are flying through it, and I know that we are going to spend some time.
Because you already see how much like we've been talking with
I mean, we could go on forever with Dead Prez, though, particularly with Let's Get Free. But I mean, like, yo, there's so much to tap into. So I want to get into the games, man, because this is where we can really start talking about Let's Get Free in a little bit more in more detail. So the first game, as always, is singles only. So aside from the hit single Hip Hop, what is the other chart topping single that is your favorite by Dead Prez and why? Here are the 4 singles they released. These are the only 4 singles that they have ever like truly released outside of like little features, man. So this is from this album. All of them are from this album. I'm an African, Police State, They Schools, and Mind Sex.
Okay. Oh my god. Okay, so
Which one is the best, and the other three have to go away
you
forever?
are a fucker. You know that.
You have to destroy the other three
You're a
in history and time.
You're a fucking fucker.
I'm a fucking fucker.
Listen,
You fucker.
Listen, you fucko. All right.
Fucko, baby.
This is one of the hardest decisions, and I say this every fucking episode, but no,
This one's tough though.
This one is really. This is like
to pick a favorite from these four.
Okay, so
it's like different reasons.
So I'm an African. I'm an African. Yeah, I mean, it's just.
Tell me what's happening.
It takes you to the motherland.
It's just the fucking beat is so hardcore, man. That's how they open the record too. That's how the album begins.
What's the other one?
Police State.
Police State was Truth.
Is that the one where he opens up? I throw a Molotov at the precinct. You know how we think.
Truth in every.
That beat is stupid.
Truth in every word on that song.
If you can relate.
Okay, and then you got
schools.
And then you got Mind Sex, which is like if you. Okay. How like I Make Love has a lot to do with this song. You know, it's on
how I approach relationships.
Yeah, it's
this song really tapped in.
It's the connection between the minds. You know what I mean? It's a beautiful connection between the minds, and if you find that right person, goddamn, it's the best fucking feeling you can get. But day schools.
I mean, there's no question.
Day schools for me is because as a revolutionary, as every book that I've read, as every fucking movement that has ever existed on the face of this earth that fights oppression, you can only do that first by educating yourself. Education is a weapon. Our schools, why do you think this country's so backwards when it comes to math and science and stuff like that? Because in China or other schools, it's a completely different perspective. Not to mention history. History is lost in the system of the schools in this country.
School systems like the prison, the same people who control the school system are the same people who control the prison system.
And if you do your research, that is 100% true. Check the late 1800s, early 1900s. Why were schools built? So they can go to work, so they can teach kids how to be drones at a factory. So, you know, that
everything goes in, everything filters out, and it's the same thing. It's the exact same thing.
So education is a weapon. If you brandish that weapon, you're one of the most powerful person in this world without even having a gun or a bullet. You know, so education to me is essential before anything. Education. So yes, my song is Late Schools because it talks about what's lacking and what should be.
I mean, we had a very eclectic school body, but that opening line go in, right? I went to school with some redneck crackers, like right at the time Third Base dropped the Cactus album. Yeah,
all that is true.
But that's fucking like, I mean, come on, yo, like, dog. Yeah, they schools like the beat, the hook. That lady singing on that hook goes in so fucking hard. The message is real talk. And I mean, they ain't saying like don't get an education. You know what I'm saying? That's not what they're saying.
Myself, but if education ain't like elevate me, then why the fuck am I supposed to? That's from that line.
That part right there is the real talk.
I love education, but if education ain't elevating me, then why am I wasting my time on that education? That's true.
And that's why I be like, fuck they schools.
Yeah. And that's the song that I told you guys that I wanted to have.
Oh, that's hilarious, man. Of course that didn't fly.
Of course.
No way, man. Oh my lord, dog. That's hilarious, dude.
I'm like, man, Green Day, nah, man. Dead Prez.
All right, so look, let's get into the deep cuts real quick. So aside from the songs that garnish the chart positions and or music videos, what is your favorite record off of Let's Get Free? The rest of the album includes Behind Enemy Lines, Assassination, We Want Freedom, Be Healthy, Psychology, Happiness, Animal and Man, You'll Find a Way, It's Bigger Than Hip Hop, the Kanye West remix, Propaganda, and the hidden song, The Pistol.
Okay, so there's all right, you fucko. This is another one that's hard. I initially came into this always digging propaganda.
I got 2 right up top, dog.
So propaganda. If we're doing it by 2s, then I'm going with propaganda and animal.
That's where I'm going. I'm going Animal and Man and Propaganda, no fucking question.
Now,
the rest of this album is so fucking stupid. Behind Enemy Lines is a vicious record. We Want Freedom is a vicious record. Assassination's a vicious record. I mean, all 3 of those beats, it's like, and this is at the very beginning of the album, and it's just like one after the other. You're like, Jesus, this is never gonna fucking like let up.
I know, right? No, but
then you get into Be Healthy, and it slows down, mellows out, it chills out, and you're like, yeah, man, I need to start to get more like fucking Limpos, man. I mean, I listened to that record to like write down recipes and shit.
It's a great fucking record.
I love that one.
I've never heard a song like that.
And then it's also like Happiness is like the secret. Look, what it's August now, right? That's the time of this recording. No, it's June is the. It's June is the time of this recording.
Yeah, this motherfucker.
Man, you think I've been
sober?
Shit. I've been drinking this tea from Vietnam. This tea.
This communist tea.
Communist tea. Hey, shout out to my sisters. Hey, yo. Anyway, yo, Hong Kong. Yo. So anyway, look. Happiness is like a really chill ass summertime.
Happiness is such a beautiful song, man.
Yo, it's a great summertime record. So like, yeah, if you're revisiting Dead Prez right now, make sure you like when you're outside doing your thing, throw on Happiness. That one is so good.
You know, we were chilling with some people.
Shout out to our people.
Yeah, over the weekend, some really cool people, and it was a beautiful day. And this guy right here, he had his playlists and stuff like that. I don't think we heard Happiness. I think that would have been perfect.
They requested 80s and 90s like pop happy shit, so I didn't do.
Yeah, but you put Sade in there or Sade. You know what I mean?
Well, it's not 80s.
Yeah, but it's not happy.
Smooth Operator feel good to me, man.
No, it's more like chill. But anyways, no, that song needed to be
besides the point,
blasphemy.
Man.
Anyway, shout out to
Selena and them.
Shout out to the homies.
Yeah, man, we love y'all.
We really do.
Yeah. So no, hold on.
Fucking what's his name? Johnny
Scallops in the building. Yo, we cooking, baby. So Animal and Man, hands down, has to be one of those records where it's like, one, if you don't know the story, you get it here. And you get it in a way that is super digestible and really easy to understand. But fuck, the way that beat hits while he's spitting that shit.
So I'm like looking, and you can't hear me, but and those that are listening to this, I can't see me, but I was looking at my books.
You got Animal Farm behind you?
I do have somewhere in there. And I also have another book written by the same author, George Orwell.
Shout out to George Orwell.
Yeah, it's
specific time. I understand.
Well, no, I'm gonna put
elaborate here.
A little bit of info. Okay.
Let's go. I was hoping that you'd break down some of this Animal Man.
So okay, first of all, like Animal and Man could be taken in 2 different perspectives. One is like anti-communist, and the other one is anti-fascist. So like George Orwell.
Pretty sure.
See, this is where it becomes weird, because George Orwell went to go fight in Spain with the communists. He was a communist. He went to go fight in Spain with the communists against the Francoists, the fascists. The Francoists ended up getting help from Hitler in Germany. And the George Orwell, he wasn't a communist. Correct. He was an anarchist. Okay, and so the Soviet Union was helping out the anarchists and the socialist communists fighting against Franco. Well, Hitler had made us like a pact with Stalin. So Stalin stopped sending weaponry and planes to the Spanish who were fighting the fascists, because he made a pact with Hitler. It's called the Ribbentrop Pact, right? This is when the Soviet Union wouldn't invade Germany, Germany wouldn't invade Soviet Union.
Yeah, right.
So they made this pact and they stopped helping each other out. George Orwell then wrote a book because he got upset at how the communists bailed out against Stalin, which is the enemy.
Okay. Oh yeah.
because how it
Yeah. So the book is about Stalin. Yeah.
how it breaks down. But as a person on the other perspective, the communist perspective, you can read that book and easily interpret that as Hitler and Mussolini. So it George Orwell is an anarchist, was anti-Stalinist, not anti-communist, but he's also anti-fascist. This book talks about that kind of world, and Dead Prez, they are communists, and they were taking it from the perspective of communists. Because George Orwell later down the road, there was rumors saying that he was working for the CIA. So it gets deep, it gets real deep. But at the end of the day, I just want to give you guys that context because if you know Animal Farm and you watch it without that context, you're like, this is a great story. But if you know that context, then you're like, yo, like for reals, this is what that story's about. So, just want to give you that context there.
It is visually a stunning record. You can kind of witness every scenario happening
And the
piece by
guitar?
piece with the guitar by the ending of it. Just the way like it almost sounds like there's some sort of like storm happening throughout the record. Like he even says at one point, he's like, it felt like on the farm everything felt electric,
Yeah.
and like as he says it, like you can feel it as you're hearing it. Like it's just a really vivid song.
Yeah, no, it's a great song.
And so I mean, it's got to be up there for me.
Yeah, even the cartoon. If you never heard the song,
Fucking cartoon
watch it.
is
It's so
wild.
sad, man. With
It's-
the horse.
Yo, I know.
The horse.
Don't know. Yo, and somebody took this song and put it to the cartoon. You know that? It's on
I
YouTube.
had no
Y'all go to YouTube and look up
snap, son.
Animal and Man, Dead Prez, Animal Farm.
That's what's up. I'm gonna have to check it out.
Yo, it's really fucking dope, man. It's really dope.
Thanks. Good looks on that
Yeah,
knowledge.
man. Yo. And then and look, and again, you'll find a way we talked about how like that's just like a really emotional record, but like, and it's bigger than hip hop is dope. I prefer the original 100%. I mean, it's just iconic. Again, I mean, you still watch Dave Chappelle every week.
Yeah, man.
Like,
you definitely hear that song.
That
man.
beat just kind of follows you around.
Oh,
So good. But then the record Propaganda. When we're talking about Propaganda.
That guitar strum. Yeah, I don't know what they do up in the stars when they up there in Mars. Man, okay.
I don't know if they got UFOs in the
stars. Man, okay. There's so many lines.
But
There's so many lines to that
Lord
song
mercy,
that it's so confusing right now to just pick one. It's like the one where he's like about God. Okay, so
oh my gosh, you don't trust the word.
Fuck your
president.
Bible. It's time to praise my rifle. Something like that. Yeah.
I believe that man made
Like,
God.
I don't know what they do up in the stars when they believe God. Whatever. But check that song
He
out.
starts it off by saying like, I don't want no computer chip in my arm.
I don't want to die by a nuclear bomb. I said we all rush the Pentagon, grab the mic and.
Oh yeah,
man. No.
And I said and scream, I believe that man made God out of ignorance and fear because
God made man.
why the hell would he put us here? Oh, just everything that he's talking about. Like this is the same. They say that he's supposed to be the all loving. This is the same God that allowed Hitler to put Jews in the oven.
You can't fool all the people all the time, but if you fool the right ones, then the rest are fall behind. Tell me who's got control of your mind or the worldview. Is it the news, the movie, or the girl you're taking your girl to, or the movie you're taking your girl to? Know what I'm saying? Uncle Sam got a plan, but if you examine that, what they telling us, then you'll understand. What they planting in the seeds of the next generation, feeding our children miseducation. No one knows if there's UFOs or life from Mars or what they do when they up in the stars. Because I don't believe a word of what the president said. He filling our heads with lies, got us hypnotized. When he's speaking in code words about crime and poverty, drugs, welfare, prisons, guns, and robberies, it really means us. There's no excuse for the slander, but what's good for the goose is still good
for the gander.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
I don't believe Bob Marley died from cancer. 31 years ago, I would have been a Panther. They killed Huey because they knew we had the answer.
Oh, damn,
but what everything you see on the news is fucking propaganda, and then like they start listing like all the fucking news networks.
CNN,
FBI,
CIA, CBS,
KKK. It's all the same thing, and that's the thing. I think a lot of heads struggle with today because they're sitting here picking sides and they're feeding off of one piece of information. And the reality is,
it's an echo chamber. It's an echo chamber.
It's all one fucking thing, man.
It's to keep you guys divided and keep
keep
you guys divided and keep making.
Keep everyone going into a grocery store and looking at someone and going, "Is my neighbor a demon?"
No, not only that.
Is my neighbor a destroyer of this country?
Not only that. Keep this
like,
nation.
It's crazy.
Keep the people divided and have the people still protect the system that's fucking them every day.
That's the fucking knife in the snow.
That's what it is. That's the knife in the
snow.
Yo,
keep licking and licking and licking, not knowing it's killing them.
I knew these verses were gonna fucking put us in a spot, bro. So listen, we got to get into the verses, bro. We're pitting songs and albums against each other, declaring which one's better over the other. All right, and so we're gonna start off with their extended albums, man. So
this is the rest album.
So this is their best album. I don't have it included on this list. So we have Turn Off the Radio 1 and 2, Revolutionary but Gangster versus Information Age.
I like Revolutionary but Gangster.
Yeah, so that's the one that's got Walk Like a Warrior and all them songs on it.
I also like the one with like the proportion.
Yeah, that's Turn Off the Radio.
It's a good one too, man.
So there's like a handful of joints on there I can fuck with. I don't know, man. It's these albums.
Sometimes I'm like turn off the radio, but then it's like everybody on the radio's on that album.
I know, man. I know, which gets into the next one is the features versus, man. I was thinking about it. Like, there's a lot of cats, right?
No, see, to me, there's only one.
And we already know the answer to this question. Let's get through the list so that you know, so y'all hear who else was on these fucking records, because it wasn't just them, man. But we have Hell Yeah featuring Jay-Z. We have Them Crazy, which has the Marley Brothers. Look Around with the Beat Nuts.
Hell Yeah, though, there's two versions.
There's two versions.
Yeah, one with Jay-Z and one
without him. This is the one with Jay-Z. And then we got Them Crazy with the Marley Brothers. Look Around with the Beat Nuts. Last Days Reloaded with Onyx. That is a fucking vicious record. Walk Like a Warrior with Crazy Bone. Came Up featuring Lazy Bone. Time Travel Remix featuring Bun B. Or Number One with a Bullet featuring Prodigy of Mobb Deep.
You know me, I'm really Beat Nuts, man.
Yeah, man. Look Around is such a fucking stupid record. We've already covered it. Like, I don't know what else to say. A lot of these records are dope.
We still have to cover that record.
Yeah, we will. One day we'll sit down and we'll do this exact same show with Look Around, because I tell you what, man, it's a record that's worth fucking like paying more attention to. I love Look Around. And out of this set, I'm going to go back to the remake of Onyx's Last Days. Last Days Reloaded.
That's a really great song.
The way they did that shit is so fucking dope, bro.
Yeah, I mean, that was up there. That was going to be my other one if I didn't.
If we couldn't pick that one, and I do like Hell Yeah, it's catchy shit.
Yeah, Hell Yeah is a great one.
Shout out. I mean, Jay-Z has, I'm selective with my Jay-Z, but I like that one a lot.
I like the one without Jay-Z. Yeah, but you definitely hear on that song the speed that they can.
Yeah, like that's where they actually are able to flip their shit, man. So let's go back to the predecessors, because I know that you had brought them up and it's important to recognize them. But I want to say a versus between other more politically, socially charged groups. I got two of them right up front. If you want to throw someone else into that mix, that makes sense, go ahead. But I'm saying Public Enemy versus NWA. Oh my God.
Public Enemy. NWA was not. They were revolutionary for their time, but they weren't revolutionary minded.
No, they weren't revolutionary minded, but they were socially minded.
Yeah,
they understood it, and that's what they talked about.
And you're absolutely right. Public Enemy is more on that political spectrum.
And they're more ideological. Like they're more on
respect. So that's I'm going NWA just because it's that was a group that I listened to more. I think, from somebody who was on the outside, kind of like getting the radio input from somebody. Like, Public Enemy was speaking some shit that was heavy.
I ain't even tripping on that, man, because, I told you, who's my name number one?
Yeah, Ice Cube, baby. Yeah. Like, 100%, man.
No, I ain't even tripping on that. Like, Ice Cube, NWA, Ice Cube just in general, man. If it wasn't Ice Cube, I said this before, I wouldn't have picked up a book. So, there you go.
Now, if we're going to do some more of those socially conscious, politically charged rappers, would we go with Razzcazz or would we go with Immortal Technique?
See, this is a tricky one, man, because I like Razzcazz more, but Immortal Technique is more consistent when it comes to Revolution.
When it comes to the content that is pertaining to this particular episode, Immortal Technique wipes the floor.
He does.
And some people will argue that lyrically, Immortal Technique might wipe the floor. But I do not concur with that. Because I became aware of Razkaz in a time where lyrical ability had more to do with the style than anything else. And this guy was doing some shit I had never heard anybody do.
Well, like, you know, I can't blame you on that, and because
And of course, Nature of the Threat fucking like
well,
was
that's
my first
you know, that's the
notebook.
thing. So okay, so Nature of the Threat, right, is a song that has no ideology. Okay, so it's easier for a person who doesn't have an ideology to listen to that and be like, okay, I can dig.
It made me so fucking aware of just other people, though.
But Immortal Technique has a specific ideology behind them.
100%.
So if you aren't really about that ideology, then it might be harder for you to get down with Immortal Technique. So
he's one of the most vicious rappers.
So I don't blame
ever.
you. I don't blame you with Razkaz. And you know, in Nature of the Threat, that song in particular is, I mean, it's Public Enemy, it's Immortal Technique, it's Dead Prez, it's everybody that has that knowledge.
You get ready to argue that the rest of Razkaz's catalog doesn't really tap into that.
Nothing taps into
Soul
that.
on Ice?
Nothing.
Ordo of Kale?
Nothing taps
I mean, not to that degree, but
Soul on Ice was
Interview
more,
with a Vampire? Like there's, I mean, I know that that's like religion.
No, I know, but Soul on Ice, it's the closest one to the.
I'm talking about Soul on Ice on the Soul on Ice album, not the Diamond D remix, which is vicious. But that's just him spitting his ass off.
Yeah, see, I still gotta go with Nature of the Threat.
Oh, of course, man. I mean, that is, if we're picking something that's tied into what we're talking about right now.
But that's why I say, like, this song, that Nature of the Threat encompasses all these heads. Like, not as rappers.
So that's what I'm trying to get at, though. So if you have Nature of the Threat in your pocket, does that shut down all of Immortal Technique's material?
Again, it's a perspective, because if you are a communist, then you would rather listen to Immortal Technique. If you're not a communist, you would rather listen to Razkaz.
Oh, fair enough. Well, maybe that's what it is, man.
Like, and it would be like Razkaz. If you're a communist and you listen to Razkaz, you'd be like, "Yo, this guy can spit. This guy knows his shit. This guy's what's up." But every song that has 90% of Immortal Technique song is based on
raw revolutionary, yeah.
So, you know, if you're a Marxist, you can appreciate Razkaz from what it is, but
I mean, but I appreciate Immortal Technique for what it is, though. Like, cause the dude is fucking.
No, I know, but you're ahead. Like other heads that might, true. Might be a little bit politically disinclined to listen to something that's not about
that doesn't align with them,
right?
And that's the part that I think people struggle with, because I have heads that come to me and they're like, "How can you listen to a Dead Prez album? How can you listen to a Razkaz record? How can you listen to Immortal Technique? Ice Cube, early Ice Cube. You know, when they saying the things that they say, because they ain't talking about fucking me. They ain't talking about me.
But see, that's also the question that I ask as a producer, like J Muggs, who produced Ice Cube on that album. Well,
wake the fuck up and understand what you're looking at.
Some of his songs, not the whole album, but it's like, okay, Muggs is white, and Ice Cube was coming in pretty hard towards white people, but at the time, what was going on, it made sense. But I'm just like, as a white producer, I try to put myself in his shoes and be like, well, if I'm a Hispanic producer and the rapper's nothing but man, these Mexicans, how am I gonna feel about that? Am I gonna be working with this guy? You know what I mean? Like, so it's
hip hop though, man. I mean, and that's the reality. Like, look, I mean, Rick Rubin, some of the people that he worked with.
Yeah, but they weren't like. I mean,
they weren't like this. But I'm just saying though, like,
shoot a devil, kill a rebel, kill a Yankee. That's all you guys.
Like we flip them over. Now we have a Kentucky Fried Cracker or whatever.
And I still went direct.
Yeah. No, it's so, but again, I mean, the understanding is a generalization, and even Razkaz says that in one of his records. He says, "Fuck white people in general, fuck the police specifically."
There's a difference. General
and the reality is, and this is the problem that we have on the internet right now, is I have people talk to me like I did some shit. I'm just a head that likes hip hop music. You know what I'm saying? I just like fucking music. I love hip hop. I love the culture. I love the industry
Listen,
behind
man,
it. I love all of that.
I may fuck around with Johnny Boy here, man, but he's a I vouch for him when it comes to hip hop, man.
But that's where it fucking stops. And so everybody that's trying to fucking put these walls up and these gates, truly, they come at me like I'm the one that like separated the fucking joint.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
and that's
yeah.
not what happened. And meanwhile, they're trying to separate me from the fucking joint.
Yeah.
And it's not that I'm trying, and I'm not claiming ownership.
Yeah.
I'm not saying none of that. And I think that's where a lot of people get fucked up. Like, if I say I'm a part of something, I'm a part of it, yeah. I'm not saying it's like I have fucking financial investment into the joint. I'm not like a fucking CEO of the joint. I'm not, you know what I mean?
He's the CEO of this podcast.
Of this, There's no. Together,
He's taking all our money.
United, united we stand. Divided we fall. This is not a one-man band. I'm not out here putting my money where my mouth.
That's a massive.
No, don't say that. You can't say that, dog. You're making light of some serious shit, and that's offensive.
No.
It offends me.
No, but for real, Johnny Boy over here, man. He's a good guy, man. And like, me and him go back in hip hop, and and he's heard Ice Cube. He's heard that, Prez. He's heard
Rock with him.
all the stuff.
Rock with him.
All the stuff. I mean, he bumps it in his car.
Rock with him.
He's like the guy in the Ghetto Boys, not the Ghetto Boys, in the office space, where he like rolls up the window. Nah, man, nah. Don't worry about that, Johnny Boy. Don't worry about that, Johnny Boy. You ahead.
I ain't sweating it, man.
You ahead because I say you ahead.
I'm answering the question for those who may be curious. How could somebody like this? Why should I even listen to? What validates me to speak on the Dead Prez album?
It's hip hop, man.
It's fucking hip hop.
It's hip hop, man.
And that's the fucking bottom line.
And if you listen to the album, you'll understand why Johnny Boy can speak on it, why I can speak on it, why everybody can speak on it, because they are literally anti-racist. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's a beautiful thing, man. Like, and hip hop has always been a unifier, and it's a shame sometimes it has been a divider. It has, people have died in the name of hip hop,
which is fucking tragic,
sadly. But in general, hip hop's always been a unifier, man. And that's the beautiful thing about like hip hop, the song hip hop, the album Dead Prez, and the friendships that hip hop has brought me, and like what hip hop has done for me. This is what I do back for it, man. So I know our time is running out, man.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like this album, this record, just listen to it.
This is one.
Do yourself a favor.
Yeah, we hope that at the ending. I mean, we always hope at the ending of Remember the Record, you go and you throw the album on, and you go listen to at least the song.
I sort of hope. In this one, I truly 100,000% hope that you really do. I do it for everybody.
This is one I think in particular where it's like, if you're not familiar with it, if you haven't heard it, or you haven't heard it in a while, it might surprise you just how parallel some of this shit is today. How relevant it is today. It's crazy.
It harkens back to the good days where you had people like Latifah, Public Enemy, like the people that we cover in this awesome show of ours, because we give it to you guys, and even though like we totally blanked out, at the end of the day, me and Mariah
go back like babies and pacifiers. Oh my God. Yo, man, way to pull the rabbit out of the hat. Did that trick one more time. Shout out to ODB and Mariah Carey. My God, y'all thought we weren't gonna do it.
Every episode we do.
You thought we weren't gonna do it.
Every episode we do, man. Like we definitely got it.
We should have spoke on that at the feature versus joint, man.
I ain't lie.
And there was also that one joint. What was it with ODB in him?
I totally forgot about. I ain't gonna lie.
Yo, that was slick though. Yo,
the last minute of the show.
What that ODB Mariah do though? Yo, dog, that's so funny, man.
But for real, listen to it. We do this for you guys, man. That's what I was telling my boy over here earlier. That like
we love it.
At the end of the day, man, you may not like us. I hope you do. You'll goddamn sure love those songs.
You love the fucking records.
You love the records.
That's why you remember the record. That's why you come into the show to peep, because you want to hear other people talk about it. We want to talk to you about it, and we hope to be able to do that very soon as we continue to progress on this program. as we are going out, we are asking you to please like and subscribe and comment and share this video on YouTube, the streaming variation on whatever streaming site you're on. Please rank, please click the follow button, please leave a review for us,
man,
and
for
share
real,
with
for
other
real.
hip-hop heads in your life. All right, check out Johnny Warbucks on Bandcamp. It's a party over here. All right, we got a couple of new records coming out. We got some stuff that's currently getting ready to go on streaming right now. We're super excited about.
He's excited. Look at this guy.
Can't wait. Johnny Warbucks on the record. He got a couple other joints that he's working on too. He's been back in the booth. He's been writing some shit. He's been recording some shit, and I can't wait to share some new material with y'all. Brand new material instead of all his old shit. Yo, and of course, check out Kalishnikov Red.
Yeah, man. No, for real. It's like, check us all out, man. We be doing our stuff. We're getting more heads involved with our groups and all that stuff. So, yeah, man. And it's summertime. It's coming up, man.
Yeah, what is it? It's July.
It's hot enough to be summertime.
Dude, yes, the day of this recording, the day before this recording, it's a good thing we did it inside instead of out, because we would have been dead.
Yeah, man.
Prez.
That just makes me want to like slide.
I don't know, whatever. You know how summers go. Those voyages are fantastic, baby. Yo, we're gonna check it out, yo. So we're gonna be able to see y'all at the next one. We love y'all, man.
All right, peace.
What? Oh my God. What happened to the mic?
I don't even know, man. Hopefully, it really did record.
Can they hear us?
Yeah.
Oh my God.